Okay, so another attempt for quality, a popular practice is benchmarking. Benchmarking is the process of identifying, understanding, adopting outstanding practices from within or outside the organization. So the concept is we go look at best practices. I mean, we go, what are you doing for success? What are you doing for success? And then we adopt those. But the problem is, a lot of times we don't understand what's going on. One example that I read about was about a turkey. A couple gets married, husband and wife now, and it's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving or Christmas is coming up. So the lady wants to, cook her first turkey, and for her new husband. And so she goes and she defrosts the turkey and puts it in a pan and cuts the tail end off of the turkey. So you've got kind of like a turkey without an ass. And the husband goes, wow, what a beautiful turkey. What did you do with the part of the turkey? And she goes, oh, that's my mother's secret. She always cut the end off the turkey, and it makes it taste so good. Well, next year comes around, cuts off the turkey. Next year comes, and the husband at this point, now they've got friends coming over. And the husband goes, why do you keep cutting the end of the turkey off? She goes, that's the way my mother did it, and it turned out great. You like my turkey? Oh, yes, I like your turkey. But we have company coming over. Please don't cut off the turkey. She goes, but I have to. That's what makes it taste so good. And he says, you know what? I'm calling your mother right now. You call your mother. Find out what is going on here. So she calls up her mother and she says, Mom, your turkeys were always great and mine are turning out great, but the hubby wants to know why we cut the end off the turkey. And Mom says, well, it has nothing to do with taste, young lady. It's just that we were poor and we only had a small pan to cook our turkey in. And if I'd left the end on the turkey, then it would have dripped into the stove or the oven. Benchmarking, bad benchmarking. Just because somebody, you think that this leads to this and this is why, they do this and this is, hey, you got to understand what's going on. Another one would be, say a guy is walking, you look out your window, you live on a busy street, you look out your window, and every morning you see this guy walking down the street with a beautiful girl, and you notice, you go, how did he get that girl? Let me observe. Let me do some benchmarking. So, watch, he says, well, his hat's over to the side. That makes him look cool. And he pulls his trousers down real low. That makes him look cool. And he walks like this, And you go, well, if that's what it takes, I'll do it. It's pretty easy. You just adjust your pants, pull over your hat, and learn to walk like this. Months later, the guy's not getting a girlfriend. He can't understand why. So finally, he sees the guy and he says, I do everything that you do, but I can't get the girlfriend like you have. He says, that's not my girlfriend, that's my sister. See, we make copying and assumptions and things, and that just gets us into trouble. In fact, it makes things worse. Rock stars. You look at a rock star and then you read in the magazine their little exercise, routine or something, and then you go copy it expecting to be the rock star. We've all done that, right? And there's a lot more to it than that, It's not just a lot of things involved that we don't understand. We don't have privy to that information. So we assume that just because we do or they do that, that's what makes them successful, and that's it's not how it works. So benchmarking is dangerous. We don't always understand what's going on. And here are some examples of benchmarking for rookie managers that get them into trouble. You're gonna take over, you're gonna be a manager of an operation, and you're going, wow, I want to reward these people. We'll have employee of the month. That's how the other company does it. They have employee of the month and they're still in business. Who knows, they might even be thriving. Is it employee of the month a good idea? Well, if you have one employee of the month, how many losers do you have? Do you have teamwork? You go, oh, here, Sally gets the reward for employee of the month. That's probably the worst thing you could do to Sally, because now everybody doesn't like Sally. And now everybody else didn't get the reward, so now they're all upset. That's not teamwork and leading a team. That's causing trouble. You've seen it, maybe the way we're raised, we benchmark, how, hey, just give them a spanking, light a fire under them, go do some yelling, threaten them. That's what's going to get them on board. That's going to show them who's boss. It might show them who's boss, but is that a good practice? And just because somebody else does it and it looks like it works, it might work for a second because the person wants to comply. But in the long run, you're damaging self-esteem, creating hatred, creating all kinds of problems. Because just because somebody else does it and it looks like it works, you gotta really understand the big picture and the damage that they're doing while they're getting compliance for the next 15 minutes. Rewards. Companies have reward programs, kind of like employee of the month. Hey, I'll give you a bonus if you do this. Well, that can cause problems because you might be rewarding the wrong behavior. Pizza companies promise pizza delivery in 30 minutes or less, and if the driver could do it, whoever had the most on-time deliveries during the week got a cookie. They were also out there driving dangerously, running over people. It's not, benchmarking, just because the other company does it doesn't mean you have to do it. Anything else here? Commissions that can get you into trouble. Gain sharing, that was all the rage, right? 20 years ago, gain sharing. If a department of a company can save $10,000, let's share the gains with the department. So they say they cut cost of $10,000. So let's give them $2,000 to use amongst themselves. Other companies do it. That makes it right? Well, no. Gain sharing, the department becomes so focused on getting that percentage of the gain that they cut costs to the point that they can't serve the customer or the other departments. Just because somebody else does it doesn't mean it's a good idea. Bonuses also get you into trouble. So, benchmarking, it can work. It can work. It can be, hey, that's the way they do it, and I understand how that would work, and that could be a better practice to help our continuous improvement. But you got to be careful because you have to understand what's really going on. And in fact, they might be doing one thing and they're doing another thing that they didn't tell you about, and that's what makes it work. But you only know about one part, and that doesn't work. So you have to be careful.